Hi everyone, today we're talking about the theme, success is never a matter of being chosen by fate. It sounds simple, but it carries a profound life lesson. Success is not accidental, nor is it handed to you by destiny. It's something each person creates through their choices and efforts. If we break down this statement, we can see three key ideas: success, never, and being chosen by fate. By success, many people think of wealth, fame, status, or social recognition, but true success goes deeper. It's the realization of your own value, the ability to take control of your life, and the sense of accomplishment that comes from pushing past your own limits. For example, a scientist quietly dedicating themselves to research every day, an artist relentlessly pursuing their dreams, or a parent shaping their child's growth through consistent care and guidance. These efforts are all forms of success. Success is not defined by others. It's the goal you work to achieve for yourself. Never is the core of this phrase. It tells us that success is not a privilege granted by destiny, nor a reward bestowed thou, bestows those visserfins and days, bestowed just day. Of the valley, our reward bestowed dois, bestowed this days, and days there's. It requires active pursuit. Throughout history, countless seemingly ordinary people achieved greatness through continuous learning, repeated attempts, and learning from failure. Success doesn't wait for you. It won't automatically appear. And as for being chosen by fate, we often imagine destiny as a fixed script where only a select few get the chance to succeed. In reality, destiny doesn't pick you. It's merely the backdrop of your life. What you truly control are your choices, your actions, and your persistence. Every decision, every brave attempt is a step in shaping your own path, not waiting for it to be handed to you. In short, this statement reminds us that success is not about being born lucky. It's created through deliberate action, consistent effort, and smart decision-making. Next, we'll dive deeper from multiple angles to explore why success is never passive, but the result of proactive choice and relentless effort. Many people think success depends on luck, chance, or some so-called gifted talent, but the truth is that those who truly succeed have put in efforts that most people can hardly imagine. Effort is not just about burying yourself in work. It is a form of sustained action that is purposeful, strategic, and planned, involving full engagement of your body, mind, time, and psychology. The key to effort lies in direction and method. BTS lies in direction and method. Besides, the key to effort lies in direction and method. BTS bulzate. Because Sulta Beslatzen and Bedford were for this changes and Tiberius in place lies bibas bisler lags chan poklies and glaze was this teeter. Only effort that is guided by clear goals and strategies creates real value. For example, if you want to become a top-tier programmer, simply coding randomly every day without systematically learning algorithms, architecture, and engineering practice is unlikely to yield significant improvement. True effort is intelligent investment, a strategic, planned approach to increasing efficiency and capability. Steve Jobs exemplifies this perfectly. He didn't just have creative talent. More importantly, he was obsessively meticulous about every detail. Apple products, from hardware to software, from interface design to packaging, were refined through countless iterations and tests. Some might think he was just lucky. But what truly made him successful was the fact that he invested many times more thought, practice, and revision than others. Than others. There's a thought, practice, and revision than others. This practice. So mavis, than others. The job practice and revision than others. Some might think he was just lucky and this was his best place. Success is not chosen by fate. It is carved out through effort. Effort is also a long-term investment. The skills and knowledge you accumulate today may not pay off immediately, but they can have enormous impact at a critical moment in the future. For instance, a young person who consistently writes, reads, and reflects might go unnoticed for years, but when opportunity arises, their accumulated experience will give them a decisive advance, very dipso can, one very decisive advance, reflective intense, the skills and intelligence, business and experience will desist in us and joints, will place them to the wisest, their accumulated experience will give them a decisive advance. The value of effort is often delayed, and only persistence allows you to have a critical edge when it counts. Psychological persistence is equally important. In the face of difficulties, doubts, or failures, many people choose to retreat or give up on their dreams, while successful individuals confront challenges head-on, treating every obstacle as an opportunity to strengthen themselves. Entrepreneurs continue refining products despite tight budgets or an unwelcoming market. Athletes push through exhaustion or injury for one more hour of training. Each act of persistence is a way of winning future opportunities. Effort is not just action. It is also a process of self-awareness and psychological growth. You will find that as you consistently invest yourself, your abilities improve almost imperceptibly and your perspective gradually broadens. Success never arrives automatically. It belongs to those who treat every effort as an investment and every difficulty as a chance to train themselves. Moreover, effort helps cultivate intrinsic motivation and self-discipline. People are easily swayed by external circumstances, and only through sustained effort can you develop the discipline to maintain steady action in the face of temptations and setbacks. Self-discipline and effort reinforce each other, enabling you to keep moving forward even without relying on external conditions. The comfort zone is humanity's greatest psychological trap. It makes you feel safe, yet restricts growth, leaving you satisfied with the status quo, afraid of change, afraid of taking risks. When you wait for fate to choose you, you've already fallen deep into your comfort zone, becoming a passive participant. True growth always comes from actively breaking through the comfort zone. Entrepreneurs give up stable income to chase their dreams, facing financial strain, client loss, and public scrutiny. Athletes train an extra hour every day, enduring exhaustion and injuries. Artists experiment with new styles, risking audience criticism and professional rejection. Yet it is precisely these challenges that push you beyond yourself and hone your abilities. The comfort zone may feel safe, but that safety is a shackle. Limiting feels safe, but that safety is a shackle limiting your ability. Billas and medical critics, apis experimenting with fellshit billas and maiden heirs, today's javing endings. The comfort zone may feel safe, but that safety. Taking initiative means assuming risks, and risks mean possible failure, rejection, and public pressure. But these experiences accumulate knowledge and strengthen your mind. An entrepreneur may go years without profit, yet each failure becomes invaluable business experience. Investors learn from failed projects and eventually discover high-return opportunities. Fate will not pave an easy path for you. You must actively create and seize opportunities. You must actively create and seize opportunities. The take initiatives, opportunities, listies. I'm terribly tuned, and sagely tuned experience and testers let's suit. Those who ultimately succeed are not inherently lucky. They are the ones who know how to step out of their comfort zones, face fear, take responsibility, and embrace uncertainty. The comfort zone also fosters psychological inertia, cementing fixed thought patterns and making it difficult to adapt to rapidly changing environments. For instance, if employees in a company are content with existing processes and lack innovation, the company risks being eliminated by the market. Breaking through the comfort zone is not just a leap in ability, but a leap in mindset and cognition. Actively stepping out also means learning to embrace the unknown and uncertainty. The challenges and pressures of the unknown force you to develop new skills and ways of thinking, experiences that ultimately become vital capital for future success. Those who succeed are the ones who continuously face the unknown, take risks, and overcome psychological inertia to create opportunities. Failure itself is not frightening. What is frightening is fear of failure and avoidance of challenges. Every setback is a profound test of self-awareness, an opportunity to grow stronger and wiser. Failure exposes blind spots, confronts you with reality's limits, and compels you to find new methods and improve your skills. Those who learn from failure often develop greater resilience and wisdom than those who sail through life unchallenged. Thomas Edison, before inventing the light bulb, experienced thousands of failed experiments. He did not wait for fate to choose him. He treated each failure as valuable feedback, learning and adjusting strategies until he ultimately created a world-changing invention. For him, failure was not a barrier, but a chance to learn and advance. Countless great scientists, entrepreneurs, and athletes throughout history refined their approach through failure, ultimately achieving extraordinary accomplishments. Failure is not the end, but a necessary path to growth, a process that shapes an irreplaceable self. Drawing strength from failure requires three key abilities. First, reflection, the capacity to analyze the causes of failure, identify problems, and avoid blind self-blame. Failure itself holds no meaning. Meaning lies in what you learn from it. For example, when a salesperson loses a client, they need to assess whether it was due to poor communication, mismatched products, or flawed market strategy. Through reflection, they identify weaknesses and optimize future actions. An entrepreneur whose project fails must reflect on team management, capital allocation, and market research to better prepare for the next phase. Failure connect for the need management, capital allocation, and market research to better prepare for the need and market. Reflection extracts lessons from mistakes, turning failure into a resource for growth. Second, adjustment, the ability to revise methods, optimize strategies, and improve actions based on reflection. Successful people constantly adjust in the face of failure rather than repeating mistakes. For example, a startup facing poor market reception might refine product positioning, improve user experience, and revise marketing strategies, eventually gaining customer approval. Athletes who lose a competition adjust training, tactics, physical conditioning, and mental preparation to perform better next time. Adjustment transforms failure into a springboard for future success rather than a cycle of repeated errors. Third, resilience, the capacity to keep trying despite setbacks. Resilience is among the most crucial psychological qualities of successful people, allowing them to persist through repeated failures. Athletes who fail at the Olympics train relentlessly and mentally recover to surpass competitors in the next games. Entrepreneurs who face funding rejections or project setbacks persist, eventually succeeding. Resilience keeps you motivated through failure, reminding you that every fall is a setup for a higher leap. Each time you rise after a fall, you prove through action that success is not granted by fate. It is created through self-discipline and effort. Failure teaches not only adaptation and growth, but also how to find opportunities in adversity. Those who experience setbacks value opportunities more and are more creative because they understand that success is. Veselju understand that success is. Revelia shows that success is not granted by. Those who experience success is not granted this. Failure teaches not obsesses that success is action and growth because they Moreover, failure clarifies your strengths and weaknesses, shaping unique competitive advantages. You learn to find resources in difficulty, solve problems flexibly, and remain calm and rational under pressure. These abilities help you stand out professionally and navigate life with resilience and confidence. Ultimately, failure is the necessary path to becoming an irreplaceable self. Every act of courage in facing failure, every action of learning and adjustment, strengthens your foundation for future success. Only through genuine setbacks and trials can you truly understand the value of success and use your own actions to build a unique, irreplaceable self. Fate will not choose you, but you can choose your own path. Every time you actively learn, act, and make decisions, you are taking control of your future. Successful people understand how to create opportunities rather than waiting for them to appear. Opportunities don't emerge by chance. They are the result of consistent effort and thorough preparation. Those who seem lucky are often the ones who, through countless active choices, seize the opportunities that seize the opportunities that a choice. A physical opportunities that opportunities that is as there's opportunities that touches as wishes, first as slashes. Taking control of your choices first means refusing to procrastinate and avoiding avoidance. Hesitation and delay make you miss opportunities, while proactive action makes you the master of your own destiny. For example, a student who actively participates in extracurricular projects, social practice, and competitions, instead of passively waiting for teacher assignments, may accumulate experience and skills far beyond their peers. Similarly, a newcomer in the workplace who proactively takes on complex projects and seeks mentorship will grow and develop career opportunities far faster than someone who simply follows routine tasks. Proactive action not only builds skills, but also fosters initiative and responsibility, giving you confidence when facing complex choices in the future. Taking control of choices also means daring to take responsibility. When you choose to act, you must own the outcomes instead of blaming fate. Career decisions, entrepreneurial attempts, relationships, skill development, every proactive choice is you holding your scepter of destiny. For instance, an entrepreneur entering a completely new industry takes on unknown risks, but may also gain a first-mover advantage. Those who actively shoulder responsibility grow faster because they learn not only to solve problems, but also to extract deep lessons from every outcome. People who take initiative continuously create opportunities. They proactively learn new skills, seek breakthroughs, build key relationships, explore potential markets, and even generate new demand. This proactive mindset allows them to stay ahead of others and seize their future. For example, a young entrepreneur who actively expands their network may secure investment from a single proactive conversation. A designer who constantly experiments with new approaches may be recruited by a major company due to their innovation. Those who take charge of their choices do not rely on external circumstances. They create opportunities through their own actions and judgment. Proactively choosing also means breaking free from habitual thinking. Many people follow routines and stay within comfort zones, but visionaries dare to experiment with new business models, career paths, or even redefine their goals and direction. For example, Amazon founder Jeff Bezos left the finance industry to enter e-commerce, a field many were hesitant to explore at the time. And this proactive choice ultimately created a global e-commerce, ultimately created a global e-commerce things that achieved shoes of the shoe that like the flores, ultimately created a global e-commerce. For example, Amazon founder just as its editing traces at Having the power of choice makes you the director of your life rather than a passive follower of circumstances. Moreover, taking control of choices cultivates strategic thinking and foresight. Every proactive choice is a move toward shaping the future. You learn to assess risks, analyze trends, and optimize resources in action, allowing you to make the best decisions in complex and dynamic environments. This ability ensures that when uncertainty arises, you act proactively rather than reactively. In short, mastering the power of choice is not just about taking action. It is a mindset, a proactive stance toward life and work. It allows you to discover opportunities in the unknown, gain experience through challenges, and shape your future through deliberate decisions. Success does not happen by accident. It belongs to those who act proactively, take responsibility, and create opportunities. The power of choice lets you master your destiny and use your actions to build a brilliant life. Environment, resources, and talent are important, but what ultimately determines how far you can go is your inner belief. Belief is a powerful psychological force. It keeps you from giving up in the face of difficulties and challenges and motivates you to keep learning and striving in adversity. Belief is not an empty ideal. It is the driving force behind your actions, the inner support that enables you to persist even when confused, exhausted, or in despair. Without belief, a person easily falters at the first setback. For example, a young entrepreneur from an ordinary background might give up due to funding shortages, market pressure, or external doubts if lacking strong belief. With belief, however, they use limited resources to learn, experiment, and seize opportunities, continuously adjusting strategies until they achieve breakthroughs. Belief allows you to see hope in challenging situations and find solutions. It is not only psychological support, but also an action guide, enabling you to persist through difficulties, rise after failure, and continually try new approaches and improve strategies, thereby accumulating skills and experience. It is the combination of belief and action that transforms effort into tangible results. For instance, athletes struggling with injuries and setbacks may stop training if they lack belief. Those with belief continue striving even under adverse conditions, ultimately surpassing themselves and achieving remarkable results. Belief also shapes resilience, patience, and foresight, helping you maintain psychological stability during long-term challenges and make rational decisions in uncertainty, seizing key opportunities. Many successful entrepreneurs, facing repeated funding rejections, market fluctuations, or competitive pressure, relied on belief to persevere and ultimately grasp turning points that led to major breakthroughs. Belief allows you to maintain direction and motivation under unfavorable conditions, rather than being entirely controlled by external circumstances. Ultimately, belief combined with action is the core force for changing destiny and achieving success. Only those with strong belief who act on it can truly control their future instead of passively accepting so-called fate. Belief lets you see possibilities, and action turns those possibilities into reality. The interplay of effort and belief is the true source of success. It not only sustains resilience in pursuit of goals, but also gives you the courage to confront setbacks and challenges, ultimately creating a brilliant life that belongs uniquely to you. Success is never a matter of chance or a gift from fate. It is the cumulative result of effort, choices, persistence, and belief. Many people admire the success of others without realizing that those who seem lucky have often made extraordinary sacrifices and maintained unwavering dedication behind the scenes. Success is not a privilege granted by destiny. It is something you earn and create step by step. We've discussed the importance of luck step We've discussed the importance of love, the process level with. We've discussed the importance of the child. We've discussed the importance of the drivers of race. With the legends of the Chuleki. We've discussed the importance of the regret and basis. Effort is not only physical action, but also mental perseverance and self-transcendence. It allows you to keep moving forward in the face of difficulties and doubts and to learn and grow from repeated failures. Steve Jobs spent years perfecting every detail of his products. Athletes train an extra hour every day, and entrepreneurs persistently refine their strategies when the market doesn't respond favorably. These seemingly ordinary acts of effort ultimately produce extraordinary results. It is precisely this day after day, incremental dedication that makes success attainable rather than a random blessing from fate. The constraints of the comfort zone are also a major obstacle to success. Many people are trapped by the illusion of safety, afraid to take risks or try new things. The comfort zone gives the sense of living securely while actually limiting your potential. True growth comes from the courage to actively break through the comfort zone. Entrepreneurs give up stable income to pursue dreams. Artists experiment with entirely new styles in the face of criticism, and athletes continue training through injuries. These are all examples of breaking free from comfort and taking control. Those who succeed are the ones who confront fear, embrace failure, and carve out their own path. We've also discussed the value of failure. Failure itself is not frightening. What is frightening is failing without learning. Each setback is an opportunity to grow, a deep reflection on self-awareness, and a crucial process for building resilience and capability. Thomas Edison experienced thousands of failures before inventing the light bulb. Companies refine strategies through repeated failures, and athletes continue to train and improve after losses. These examples show that failure is not the end, but the stepping stone to success. By continually confronting failure, reflecting, and adjusting actions, success gradually materializes. Taking control of choices is another key means of shaping your destiny. Fate will not choose you, but you can choose your direction and actions. Active learning, proactive experimentation, and accepting responsibility, all of these choices shape your future. A student who participates in extracurricular projects and actively accumulates experience will have far more opportunities in life than someone who passively waits for instructions. An entrepreneur who ventures into a new market rather than following routine procedures can gain a multi-step advantage over competitors. The power of choice makes you the master of your destiny rather than a passive participant. Most importantly, belief is critical. While environment, resources, and talent matter, what ultimately determines how far you can go is your belief in yourself. Belief allows you to act in adversity, prevents you from giving up in the face of setbacks and pressure, and cultivates mental resilience, enabling you to face long-term challenges while continuously learning and growing. The combination of belief and action is the core force for changing destiny and achieving success. As Jack Ma said, today is cruel, tomorrow is crueler, but the day after tomorrow is beautiful. The power behind this statement is precisely the combination of belief and action. In summary, success is never about passively waiting for fate. It is the result of actively creating it. Understand this, there is no innate luck, and fate will not automatically pave your path. What you can control are your choices, your actions, your persistence, and your belief. The earlier you begin to actively shape your life, the brighter your future becomes. The earlier you begin to actively shape your life, the brighter your future becomes. The brighter your future becomes. Veristis tentansis tos. With the date of life, the brighter your future becomes. The existence is just now, the belief you live. So remember, fate will not hand you success, but through persistence, courage, and wisdom, you can grasp it in your own hands. Success is a battle with yourself, the result of continuous effort, deliberate choices, and relentless self-transcendence. Every early morning, every act of perseverance, every refusal to give up is a chip you accumulate toward your own brilliance. You may not choose the circumstances of your birth, but you can choose how you live. You may not choose your environment, but you can choose your attitude and actions. You may not predict the future, but through daily effort, you can create it. Ultimately, success belongs to those who act proactively, take responsibility, and persist courageously. Success belongs to those who continue to pursue the light even in darkness. Don't wait for fate to choose you. Create your destiny. Seize every opportunity. Make every effort meaningful. Turn every failure into growth, and let every choice propel you forward. Success is never a matter of being chosen by fate. It is the magnificent life you build with your own hands.